Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mila, and today is finally the day that we get to start. Maybe not finish, but we're gonna start the huge enclosure build, okay? So this enclosure is gonna be 4 feet long, 3 feet tall, and 2 feet wide. When I tell you my snake is gonna have all the space she desires, that is no joke. Okay, first things first, let's go ahead and go over the materials that we're going to be starting with, especially the wood, because you guys want to know how big each piece needs to be and all that other stuff. So we got you covered, all right? I got my granddaddy here. He going to use his wealth of knowledge to explain everything to us thoroughly, okay?
Okay, thank you, Jamila, for the granddaddy introduction. First of all, we're going to construct a frame. We're going to cut, this frame will be constructed from 2x2 pine wood. And we will lay out the framework prior to assembling it together. And the rear of the container will be constructed from 1/4 inch material by 3 feet by 4 feet. And we have the side. The sides will be constructed out of same 1/4 inch material, 2 feet by 3 feet. And we have the top and the bottom will be constructed out of the same material, which is 1/4 inch finished plywood that is 2 feet by 4 feet long. That is our basic material, and we will be using drywall screws to hold the assembly together.
Okay, and also for the power tools, just some things to point out. Obviously, you got to have some type of measuring device, or are you even like building anything if you don't have one of these? This is called a framing square, and I just like that because it looks cute. This is just an example of some of the framing work we're going to do. We'll point that out as we get closer. We have a jigsaw here to point out, to cut out our windows, and also to cut our angles for our framework. And of course, you're going to need a handy dandy drill. So those are the basic materials. Oh, let me not forget. In case you were curious, this is the paint that I used. If it will focus. This was the gray that I used to paint the wood. I'm going to be sealing it with some fast drying polyurethane. I used this on my previous enclosure, and when I repurchased, I bought this brand. So I will be using this one once that one runs out. And polyurethane is not toxic to the reptiles once it dries. So this is a good sealant to make sure that it is water resistant. All right, guys, so now that we've kind of given you the basic rundown, it's nothing to it but to do it and to go ahead and start building the enclosure. So sit back, relax, and watch us do all the magic. Oops, I think I wrapped it too hard. Alright guys, so there's not going to be a whole lot of talking in this video. So basically the whole first part of this series is just focused on getting the framework done in the enclosure. So we had all of our main pieces already cut out and ready to go. So mainly the wood that we were cutting was the 2x2s and the 2x4s. So we used 2x2s to actually frame the plywood. That way it would be a lot stronger and sturdier because there was another enclosure that's going on top of this one. So we wanted to make sure that it had a good foundation to it. So we used the 2x2s to frame it out. We also had some 2x4s. So we only used 2 pieces of 2x4s. One was on for the backbone of the back panel, and then one we used at the front for the substrate barrier, all of which you will see later in this video. So just sit back and enjoy. Alright guys, so we're at the portion of the video now where we've basically done all of the framework. for the most part. And so we're kind of wrapping up day one. So all of what you just saw, we did all in a couple of hours. And so I wanted to go ahead and get a head start on some of the staining and painting and stuff. So I decided to go ahead and stain 2 portions of the enclosure on that day. And so the part that you're going to see me staining now is actually the ceiling of the enclosure, but because the enclosure is flipped on its head, it looks like I'm painting the bottom, but keep in mind that that's actually the ceiling. So I'm staining the ceiling, and then I'm also going to stain the 2x4 that is being used for the substrate barrier, all of which you will see. Alright guys, so that is it for part 1 of this series. Again, this is going to be a multi-part series, so if you want to see the enclosure once it gets all the way to the end, make sure you do subscribe and look out for those videos. This video just mainly focused on the foundation of the enclosure. In next week's video, we're going to be doing some more painting, some more staining, getting some of those windows and things carved out and ready for our ventilation and our glass. So if you want to see that, make sure you check out next week's video, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.